Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 4 Chapter 20, 3 hours later. Marina's point of view.
When I vanished from Sonic's side, I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in my Mobian form and chained to the strange wall by my wrists. Oh, where am I? What's going on? Last as I started to panic.
You're in my domain and a bait for that fake son of Hephis.
I heard a voice say from the darkest corner of the room, "Who are you?" I demanded, not having any of the mysterious act.
I am Zalo.
Zalo said as he came to me and lifted my chin so that I was forced to look in his piercing cyan eyes. That's when I felt a fear stronger than I've ever experienced before, and Zalo noticed that and smiled sadistically.
At least there's more than one person in this world that are smart enough to know to fear me.
What exactly are you planning, you monster? And where is Aniko? I demanded as I remembered that she disappeared too, but wasn't in this room with me.
Shut up. That is my little secret that you'll never know.
Was all Zalo said as he walked away.
Movie Sonic's point of view.
After I blacked out, all my happy memories played out in front of me, and I realized just then how much I missed my family and how scared I was when they were right there staring at me, until something dragged them away by their legs. All I could hear was them screaming in agony. It was unbearable. Then I heard a voice calling out my name. When I opened my eyes, I saw Hephis Sonic looking down at me with a panic and concerned look on his face. It was night time now.
Oh, thank goodness you were finally awake. What happened? Why did you faint 3 hours ago?
Hephis Sonic asked me frantically. It was Zalo. He was speaking to me telepathically. He gave me the location of where Marina and Annika are being held captive. He wants to do a ransom. I have to go there tomorrow at noon alone, or else Marina will be turned into a soulless. I said as I was hyperventilating.
Hephis Sonic's point of view.
I came to check on Wachowski since he's been out cold for hours. When I entered the room, I saw him tossing and turning in his sleep as tears fell down his face and was whimpering and sobbing, saying,
Mommy, Daddy, Shadow, Silver, Longclaw, don't leave me. No, don't hurt them.
I dashed over to his side and started to shake him, desperately trying to wake him up. It took longer than I wanted it to, but he woke up. Now I was taken in Wachowski's answer. But before I could say anything, Wachowski collapsed into my arms, crying his eyes out.
Oh, Hephis Sonic, I just want to go home and be with my family and miss them so much. I miss Donut Dad's hugs and high fives. I miss Pretzel Mom's kisses on my forehead and them both tucking me in. And I miss my brother's comfort and support. I just want to be with them so bad. It's tearing me apart and eating me, being separated from them like this, especially with this time being in a different dimension.
Wachowski screamed in complete and utter devastation and agony. This made me think about my parents, and I sobbed as I tried to comfort Wachowski. I know, but at least you know they were still alive. Lilo took them from me right in front of my kids. I felt so helpless. I should have been able to save them, but I failed. Some Sonic Hephis I turned out to be. I said as I started to calm my sobbing that Wachowski seemed to calm down too.
That's horrible, Hephis Sonic. I'm sorry, but I learned something the day I moved in with my family. Blaming yourself for what happened will do no good. For 10 long years, I had the mindset you have now. I didn't know Longclaw survived until my first Christmas with my family. I thought she was dead. So even though I never actually lost anyone to death, I still felt what you're going through for most of my life. Remember, I was only 3 when I had to leave Mobius.
Wachowski said as he comforted me in return. I couldn't believe how damaged and yet strong this younger, alternate version of me was. It broke my heart. So what happened, Wachowski? Because when I came in to check on you were crying in your sleep. I asked once we were calm again.
I had a dream that turned into a nightmare. I saw all my happy memories of living with my family play out before me. That's when I realized how much I miss them and how scared of this world I am. Then they were dragged away screaming in complete agony. That's when I heard you and woke up.
Wachowski replied shakily. Don't worry, you'll get him no matter what, I promise. So Zilo wants you to play his game. Huh. I said as I got back on topic.
I guess that's one way of putting it. What should I do? Because it could be another trap. I won't risk losing them. I need a guarantee that nothing will go wrong.
Wachowski asked as his face went into serious mode. I honestly don't know, but sadly the safest way to this is do what he says. We'll be watching you guys from here in Paradise. The moment the signs of a trap are noticed by any of us, we'll come and back you up. I said as reassuringly as I could.
Thanks, Hephis Sonic. Well, I better get some more rest. Good night, Hifisonic.
Wachowski said as he got back into the bed and instantly fell asleep. Good night, Wachowski. I said as I left to get some rest myself.
Movie Shadow's point of view.
Jack was trying to use his method to get Chuck to tell us where my little siblings are. But he's been at it for 3 hours and it was getting us nowhere. Jack, what are we going to do? We would use Sonic's portal rings, but we need the location clear in our mind in full detail or we'll end up somewhere completely different. I said as I was starting to lose it.
Hey, where's Mike anyway? I know he followed me here, but he isn't.
Chuck suddenly asked as we saw she had panic in her eyes.
Barrel's point of view.
After I realized what Chuck was planning was a mistake, that I knew I wouldn't be able to talk her out of it, I fled into the woods behind the house. Chuck was too crazy and stubborn for her own good. Now I'm sitting on a cliff that has the view that overlooks the whole town. What do I do now? I can't go back home and Chuck is crazy knowing OG is truly gone. Stupid Jack made sure of that, I said out loud, filling the silence. Then I heard footsteps running in my direction. I turned to see it was Barrel. However, I was still furious at him. He's the reason we lost OG forever. What do you think you were doing here, traitor? I screamed angrily.
I was looking for you. Why are you out here and not with Chuck?
Barrel demanded with anger as well. This was new coming from him. I can't go back home. There's nothing left for me there. All thanks to your betrayal getting OG killed. And Chuck has lost her mind. Now that Infant is all alone in that nightmarish world, I said, resisting the urge to slap Barrel across the face.
Well, calm down, Lux. Sonic went into the portal after her and Marina asked me to open the portal. So they should be with her now. Now, come on, we can figure this out. There's more to life than OG. I realized that when he neglected to tell us that he was sending a 6-year-old to a different dimension all alone.
Barrel said with that sincere tone he usually used. Fine, let's just go already, I said as I followed him back to the Wachowski's house.
Movie Silver's point of view.
I thought of a brilliant idea. Chuck, what is this world like? You're just exaggerating on it being that horrible. I said to turn her into describing it.
Oh, I wasn't. It's quite literally an apocalypse. A wasteland where the only god in existence of their world, torn apart, still have people's souls turning them slowly into nothing but a hollow corpse that are slaves to do his bidding. He is worse than any villain you face combined.
Chuck said cockily like she thought she was torturing us, although I didn't expect that to be her response. I didn't want to believe it, but then again, it's too detailed and specific for it to be a lie. I looked at my family and they were devastated. Well, thank you, Chuck. That's just what we needed. I said and left to go get a portal ring.